everyone, we're now back in The Sims 4. This is part 3. Sadly, we had to do another part. We actually have to work on part 4. Just because the video went long again and I had to literally clump everything down. So if the video is a little bit too fast, let me know and I could figure it out. Right here I was having issues of figuring out if I want to make the living room smaller or bigger. I left it alone. Eventually I figured it out that it looked fine, but I still feel like I kind of want to make that living room a little bit shorter, but I really don't want to in a way, because I feel like when I finally got it all fixed, it made it look a lot better. Like right there, you can see that I was about to put one window in instead of two, because it looked really weird in the front. But I was thinking like, no, we'll get it back to normal. And I was actually also crunching on time. I wanted to leave about maybe an hour and a half after this video, because I wanted to basically post it on YouTube, let it post, let it do its things for an hour when I go out and finish up some must needed shopping. Now if you guys don't know this, I did tell you guys maybe yesterday, that we did get a new service animal and he is in need of quite a bit of stuff. He needs like litter and stuff like that, so we had to go run out and go get stuff like that, and I was in a crunch time, but I still want to do a video that very morning because I had lots of energy. I woke up and I had a great sleep. I actually fell asleep at 9 o'clock, I do believe. So that was actually a pretty good sleep. And then I woke up around 2:30, 3 o'clock, played with Otis. And I think after I get back from the mall, I'm going to go to lay down again, because that's something that, if you guys don't know this, is when you have a real life child, you sleep when he sleeps. Well, that's what we do with Mr. Otis. Oh, it looks like Mr. Garfield comes and visits me when I go and do the when I come do the voiceover. So that was nice. So it's still figured out that I ended up returning everything back to normal. It was looking sort of a little bit better. I don't know what the heck I was doing there. I was probably looking at stuff to add. I do need to get more clutter items, mainly for the laundry room. There's not enough clutter in the laundry room. Also, I made myself in a pickle because that room behind the kitchen, I ended up making that into a weight room. I haven't yet, and I'm hopefully the fourth video and the final video of this build, I can get that last little bit area. I usually like to get everything done on one day, but it usually turns out to be 5 to 6 hours, and I like to crunch it all the way down into parts. And I'm sorry if it's going to be like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. The next major build is going to be building one of my childhood homes, the one in Pike Lake. The sad thing with that one is I can't really do a hill, and we'll show you guys some videos of pictures of the old house that I was sort of raised in. But anyways, let's back to the build. I was looking like I was figuring out some basically some areas to put on the floors. I made that look a little bit nicer. I kind of like how it turned out, but I think I might go back, get a little bit extra mods and get some more things. I was going to change and make that a little bit smaller. I turned it back and I was thinking like, no, that won't work. Eventually, I did figure something out for the kitchen, because I thought like there's a big, massive empty spot, and it's like you can literally have a little dancing area right there of a wall singing. It's not that bad to leave it there, because some kids like to do things, and other kids likes to sit down and play when a mom is literally like cooking in the kitchen. But I figured out that I didn't like that. So it looks like I'm actually changing up the foyer again. I actually have an idea for that foyer, so we're going to leave that foyer alone. I figured out there wasn't a coat closet fully. Yes, there's something to sit down when you walk in the door, but you need to have a coat closet to put your coats up, especially if it's wintertime. So you need to come in, put your coats in. I literally am putting moving everything over. I'm making the kitchen one tile bigger, which really didn't need to be done, but we did anyways. just to make it look more put together, more unique. I did move the grandfather clock, however, in the living room. I was gonna put that rug there, make it oversized. I loved how boho it looked like. I think that's what you say. If you guys don't know this, I do have a learning disability. I have a speech impediment too, so I'm sorry if I'm slurring my words. So I think I'm still figuring out how I really want to get this finished, how I really want to make this look. I don't know if I really want to make it, bring down the, like, I hate having 4 steps up into a house. And I'm just going to say this is because I have an elderly grandmother that has a hard time getting up even 1 step. So I'm feeling like if I can get the foundation down a little bit more, that might be perfect. Realism, it would actually work a lot better. So it looks like I'm just adding a few extra things, trying to figure out how I want everything done, and then I'm literally figuring out in my head, okay, if I remove that closet, I need to add a toddler room, a baby room, and another room for, like, you need a toy room, guys. That's something that I had as a kid. It was my toy room that I go in and I play toys. So I'm trying to figure out how I want the laundry room. So I literally was thinking, like, okay, that laundry room is not going to work. Like, it wasn't going to work at all. It was looking okay at first, but I was thinking, like, I had to move the car park over, and I literally had to shove everything over. So that's what I'm basically doing, is I'm trying to figure out to make it look more perfect, more, what's that word? More even. That's the word I want. So I'm looking to get everything evened out, get everything over a little bit more, and that's what we're trying to do. So we're trying to figure it out. So we're gonna push everything back. I'm showing everyone how I actually did that bathroom. It was pretty easy to do. And if you want something like that done, I would definitely do it. It does make it a lot nicer. And then if you want to shadow the shadows and all that stuff, you can add a lot of cool things to this. That master bedroom, though, I did change it up quite a bit. And I made it a little bit smaller. You'll see more further on in the video. It looks like we're working on, I think we're going to be working on the toddler's room there, but I'm still trying to figure out the rooms a little bit more. I'm trying to move things over more because I don't know how many more blocks or how many more spaces I needed. And that's what I do. I work in numbers. I work in my head and I figure out, okay, if I'm going to make a house, I don't want to make it overly the rooms too huge, because that's something that I really hate doing in The Sims 4, because it doesn't look realistic. It really doesn't, because no one's going to have a giant ass, sorry to say that word, a giant master room that has 1 bed, a couple things, and that's it. Nobody's going to have that. Everything's going to be cluttered. I know my room that I sleep in right now, I have a giant, like, my room is probably the size of, maybe the size of the not even in the office, maybe a little bigger than the office in The Sims 4, and everything's cluttered, everything's put together, and everything actually does work. So as I'm saying, guys, that this is just not really working, and I was trying to figure out that if I was going to eventually have a house like this, that I wanted to make it look like it was supposed to be there. Now, we are just about to be fully done with this, and I was just trying to figure out, I need to get a little bit more even, and I didn't know if I was doing it wrong, if I was doing right. Then all of a sudden I had issues of not moving it back once, so I had to delete that. I had to re-put that back in, which is not a big deal. It happens. I wanted to move it one more time, and I guess that's what we're doing, is we're literally trying to move stuff over and make it look good. I'm showing you guys also how I did the front, which is pretty easy. This is something that I do all the time. This is something that, you don't want it too made up and too unrealistic for The Sims 4. But you still need to make it as realistic as you would live in it. So that's how I see it, is when I make these houses. Not a lot of people will put like laundry rooms in their builds, but you need to start thinking about outside the box. Is you need to, when any build for The Sims 4, you need to do realism, and that's something that I do. Sometimes I put in, instead of a car park, I put in garages. Even if you can't use the cars, you can still use them as decoration, and I feel like that's even cooler. I wish and I hope Sims 5 is made and we get cars, or eventually Sims 4 gets off their butts and fixes it all in it. So we're back it looks like we're back in the master bathroom. That master bathroom really caused us a lot of problems, and it was because it was so close to the car park that we had to keep moving it. And I literally figured out in my head that I needed to move that column again, and then I'm moving everything over one more, and it looks like I'm literally moving it just because I needed the extra space. And there we go. We got the laundry room. I like to move some stuff around. I did cap that off. I like to cap stuff off sometimes because I like to put stuff in there, like the sprinkler system. I like to put the sprinkler system into those little cap offs, or just leave it alone, because not a lot of homes will have one area. You'll have little multiple square, tiny, empty spots. And that's basically normal in any house build or house, layouts that you see, blueprints, there is a word. So I'm literally trying to figure out what was going on with my window, because everything was looking good. And the other day, I think it was yesterday, my husband was playing around with my TV, and I don't know if I changed my settings. So because I used a 35-inch 4K TV as a monitor, because I find like it's much easier for me to see and it looks a lot better. So I'm just trying to figure out how I'm actually doing this right now, and so I'm just moving everything over one. It makes it look a little bit nicer. I don't like not having that empty spot, so I think later I'm going to add something to put it right there. I think it's from like the spa day pack. However, the PS5 that I was trying to get put into the living room, I have to get City Living for it. So probably next week, I can get that. And I can add that, because I do have, and if you guys don't know this, I literally have put the PS5 remote there, and that's something that I would have, because I do have, and not a lot of people have in the world, I do have a PS5, and I prefer it way better than the PS4. It's so much better. It's better than bread and butter. Those windows there, I feel like they are a little bit trouble. Because I want to have that old style radio there, but I feel like it's so far away that I might not be able to leave it there. And I want to keep it because it looks so cool. It's like, so I think I might look at something else, because it is a farmhouse, and I was thinking and see, as I said, I need more clutter items. So this is what I'm trying to figure out is, I'm figuring out this very unkept area, and I'm trying to figure out how I want this done. So I figured out I really like that, and so I did that. I have the cat food. I want to texture that cat food, because my cats actually eat Tiki Cat, and I want to have their cat food in the game the same as what they eat in real life. So we might do that too. So here's me putting out a little bit of things on that shelf. I am going back though, however, tomorrow, and I'm going to be putting some new clutter items, so stay tuned for that video. And for the next, let's say 2 more months, I'm going to hopefully have better internet in a couple months, and everything will go back to being like an hour-long videos. But right now we're trying to make everything crunched up and trying to make everything work. And since I have a learning disability, I had to grab that laundry box. I forgot how to spell it, and I didn't want to grab my phone and look at it. So I was just trying to see how much clutter items I have. Because the old computer that I had an HP Envy gaming laptop, and I had so much on that. I had like the best, but the bad thing is it stopped working, and I have to get it in to get it fixed because something happened, something got corrupted or something. So I got to get that in and get it fixed because a long time ago it fell off of my table and everything else. Oh, by the way, I was watching the video from yesterday. My father didn't die at 6. He died when I was 16. So what happened when he passed away, it was a pretty traumatic experience. I'll actually tell you guys of that video another time, but I'm just going to clarify that, guys, that he died when I was 16 and not when I was 6. See, I just put this sprinkler system right into that little cubby empty area where the master walk-in closet will be. So I was thinking, like, okay, before I was gonna finish, I'm like, wait, we're gonna have a cat there. That's not gonna stay. We're gonna get a way better litter box. There is a different a modder that I like their litter boxes to be. It's more realistic, and I was thinking, like, we needed a blue bin and we needed a black bin because we need that. So here's me working on the master suite. So I'm trying to figure out how small I'm gonna go, and that's the thing, is I didn't want to go too small, but I wanted to make it look more lived in and more better. So there we go. I just made it smaller, and so I'm still having issues figuring out how I want it. So I'm just trying to shove everything over there, trying to make it look a little bit more better. And then here's me just adding a little extra because I like to do one block, not two blocks, and it makes it more put together. So we're just trying to figure out, you know, how we want the master bedroom to be. Remember that bed's going to stay there, but there is going to be more stuff added onto everyone's room. This is just temporary until I can get everything fixed. Well, it looks like I need to fix that. I don't know if I eventually fixed it, but I need to fix it. I hope I eventually did fix that. It's not supposed to be like that. Okay, I guess I did not fix that. I'm going to have to fix that the next time I go in. So it looks like I capped that off. So maybe I'm thinking about using that as another bedroom. I'm not thinking I'm going to because I don't have a cap of how many I can have in my household. But if you're using this unmodded, you do have a cap out of up to 8 people, and that includes your pets. So if you have 6 pets, that means you can only have 6 pets, your spouse, and yourself, and you can't have kids. So that's why I have mods in my game to where I can make it more realistic. Yes, however, if you have something like that, you could literally have problems with your computer. So if you have a good computer, you can be careful how much you have in there. But anyways, it looks like I did take that little closet area out, and I guess I'm making it into a playroom. That's basically what we used to call it. So we're just getting closer to the end of the video here, guys. We're just finishing up. It looks like I'm just trying to get the front part done, and I'm just looking at my phone trying to figure out, okay, we're just about done. Woohoo! We can get going here soon. Nothing really opens up until like 9 o'clock, but I kind of wanted to like get ready to get started to get going because today is such a crunch time. Like my spouse, he works at 12 o'clock, so I like to get everything done before 12 and get home. So if I leave, I like to be back by 11, crawl back into bed, have a sleep, get up, have a shower, you know. I like to do stuff like that, and then when I'm out, then you guys are getting content as well, so I'm going to start doing that a lot more every day. So it looks like I'm just finishing up a little few things. I'm fixing up that top part, and that should be about it. So hit that like, subscribe button down below, guys, and I hope you like this video. Stay safe and enjoy your spring, guys. I hope you guys love the video, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.